Welcome back to another episode of DevTalks podcast with your host Travian, where we talk about everything engineering and technology. Welcome back, welcome back. I hope everybody's had a blessed week since the last time we dropped an episode. I hope everybody's doing great and wonderful in life, and we're all thriving and so on. So, just want to say thank you, of course, to everybody who continuously supports and everything. Just keep on subscribing, sharing, liking, commenting. Man, I just want to engage with you guys and grow, and I still love doing this, even if uh, I don't even know. Like, I just love just doing this, no matter what the feedback is like and things like that. I'm learning stuff off of this. I'm able to build off of this, and it's only human and right. So I'm gonna keep building off of it. Today, I must talk a little bit about some electric cars, car future. I've been going through some stuff with my own car and personal stuff like that. So I'm kind of going to just talk about my thoughts on the way of cars are moving and things like that. So hope you guys stay tuned and can't wait to dive in with y'all. And we're back once again, man. It's been a week, it's been a month and everything. This whole spring and summertime is coming up and the weather's changing, it's getting nice. A lot of changes are coming. One thing that I really want to know and learn before I really get into the whole logistics and specifics of the today's topic is I want to know the season for tech and when most of the tech stuff comes out and things like that. Like I want to know that because I want to know when the busy months will be and when I'll have more topics to like go across and how to stretch stuff out and plan it accordingly for a year because I plan on doing this for a really long time. And I forgot to just mention this in the intro and stuff, but that's basically something that has been on my mind, especially like with these updates with cars and things like that. Um yeah, that's just what I'm thinking. But back to today. I've learned or a lot has been changing a lot, especially with like electric cars. I remember when electric vehicles were first coming out and being introduced and things like that. And I came up with some ideas I'll come to later and stuff like that. But it was something new. I remember being a kid and everybody was talking about, oh, we'll have flying cars in like 2020 and things like that, and which was a little bit far fetched, but I remember times like that. I remember when they were talking about we'll have flying cars, and I still believe that it will come one day when it's public and things. But that's one of the things that, as a kid, that other kids were saying we'll have because they were on like movies, hints like Star Wars, for example, and stuff and things like hovercrafts and stuff. But right now we are in a time of electric vehicles where gas isn't as prominent or going to be as useful and things like that if everything became electric. There's new ways to generate energy, that there's new ways that we're going to need energy. But yeah, so I remember Tesla's first coming out, becoming a big thing. No, I actually, one thing that's weird with me, I don't know if it's just me though, but if we're talking about the look and style of electric vehicles, most of them are to me. They probably don't look the best. A lot of the Teslas didn't really like look too enticing to me and things like that on the outside. Or like I would have considered getting one. But I have seen somebody's Tesla who actually does look really nice, actually. Marquise Brownlee, his Tesla, I seen a picture of that one. Ooh, that one looks pretty. But a lot of the electric vehicles, I don't they don't entice me too much as far as the whole style of the body and things like that. They just don't do it for me. So what does do it though? There it just turns out that the electric vehicles like Lexus has a vehicle coming out probably next year, end of next year, 2024 or early 2025. They're showing the commercial now. If anybody knows what the commercials are that seen the electric line for Lexus, they have their sport one that it actually looks really nice. Cost a lot of money, but it looks very nice, and it's also so kind of equivalent to the higher end Tesla models that I have seen and found as well too, because I think those ones look a lot more pretty and they're a lot more nicer. But you also figure they probably cost that much because of how much nicer they look and things. But they definitely look like something from the future and something that if more of them look like it at a little bit more of a reduced price, that would be like my car. I feel like I would go for that, especially if I lived in a more prominent area with more electric chargers and things like that to charge vehicles. But yeah, that's just the start of my whole understanding and what I want out of electric vehicles, the style of them. If the styles get conveniently better, then I promise you they might become one of my favorite cars, but right now they can't be because the styles aren't fit in. Maybe you guys disagree. I'm totally okay with that. Fine, let me know if you disagree, but I really think the styles can do a lot better. Next is the charging. So, electric charging for your car, I need to test drive and really see the limitations of it myself before I can fully speak on this and like how much value it actually gets. But I know they're not quick. It's not as quick as going to the gas station, filling up in 5 minutes, and then you're gone. You're there for a good amount of time. You have to sit there for some time. You're normally doing other stuff, or you have to find stations that are convenient enough. A lot of times, just now recently, I don't know if I talked about it in the past, but Tesla came out with their non-Tesla charging stuff adapters for their stuff at the gas station. It's only at limited locations now before they expand it, but Tesla has came out with that. So it makes it a little bit more convenient for people who don't have Teslas. But at the same time, I have looked at a Tesla that not a Tesla. I looked at a Porsche Taycan before, and I was told by the person to only use their charging dock and don't get no adapter for Tesla chargers and things like that because you can mess up the battery. So this is my thing right here. What if Tesla is adding these adapters, but they are messing up the batteries to the cars because they don't specifically go to the car? This is this is an issue here. This is such a huge issue here because if these chargers are not universal and they're messing up each other's batteries, this becomes a big issue overall. And it makes stuff less convenient. Like if I don't want to ruin my battery, I just have to charge up at home. Nobody wants to do that all the time. Like, yeah, you can charge at home before you leave, but you're only limited to that mileage because you don't want to ruin your battery and you want it to last longer and things like that. Depends if you want to have this as a long-term car or shorter like that. So charging is definitely like one of my things. If the charging was able to be done quicker and also be safer for the batteries that are non-Teslas, like of course, then you just be like, oh, get a Tesla then since they're more convenient and things. I guess you can say that, but there's so many more cars coming out that why not explore your options? Tesla isn't the only one out there. You don't have to get the main brand stuff. You don't have to get the nicest thing, the only thing that you see out there. Um, or like the biggest people out there because Tesla in the future, you may not know that Tesla in the future may not be producing the best electric cars and that may become a fact. I honestly believe before I'd done this, or I can come back in another episode, I can look at several different electric vehicles and compare them and see which one is better, how they compare with each other and stuff. Of course, I would need to test drive them as well too, so I can like fully get my whole full opinion in, mixed in with some of the facts and things like that. But that's kind of where my head is at as far as that. Tesla may not even be able to be the best ones making their cars and stuff. So that's a big thing to think about, especially as the electric vehicle market is growing very fast because I've seen more different types of electric vehicles like the electric Mustangs, like I already said, the Lexus ones. You're gonna have all these other hybrid cars and all of that is there's just so many that are coming out and like the electric Porsches and things that this market is growing so fast. and they need to find a common ground, and I guess everybody needs to like kind of explore into these other realms of the different electric vehicles to see which ones are really better because it's not just Tesla out there. Also, so sorry if I'm going fast. Just so much on my mind and things like that. I just can get them out and stuff. But the one of the last things as far as electric vehicles go, back a few years ago when they start growing and stuff, I looked up to see if commercial vehicles were turned into electric. Like this would be like certain vans and stuff like that. Like if all Amazon vans became electric, and how would that be? How much costly would that be? And things like that. Or like if your school buses were electric, or how what would it take to change that? What about electric planes and like all the other construction stuff? So I've thought about all this stuff, how things are going to change. It does take a lot of manpower and things to make this change and see who's better and go about all of that. So uh, that's just how I see everything, how everything's going to change and build towards and go forward from now on. So I hope that can we can get there one day. I want to do research and see what I can build onto one day. I know that there are companies working on commercial vehicles as well too, which is a whole nother thing. But there's more out there, and there's gonna be more options, and there's gonna be more choices. Can everybody imagine what electric school buses would look like? Taking your kids and everybody's on an electric bus. I I would know that we're in a different time if I started seeing that. Like, a school bus has never changed its look for me growing up, and if they were to change, that would be crazy to almost believe. That would be almost crazy. But, yeah, like, that's a little bit deeper dive into my head and my mind, but that's just what I think about. This things that come across, and I wanted to use this as another one of those episodes where I choose a certain topic, like today, and I tell you guys what I think about, just straight through it, not really diving into super duper facts, just based off my experiences and things. And you guys can make thoughts off of what I think about, and we can all talk about it in the comments or talk about it on next episodes and going from there as well too. So let me know what you think about all the topics and reasons why I may not like electric vehicles now, or what I think that needs to be changed, or how they might be expanded and stuff. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Feel free to always reach out. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about on or review and do things like that. I want to get into more reviewing and building up on them kind of topics and kind of segment out these episodes and stuff. So I'm getting back into it. I'm getting back into the flow. I'm gonna have more coming. I'm gonna structure this out more, and we're gonna get to it. So hope everybody enjoys, and talk to you guys later.